Some favors are harmless. Some are fleeting. But some come with a price that changes everything. For Amaka, a quiet but determined seamstress from Umuneke village in Enugu state, it all began with a small act of kindness. A single yes that seemed like a minor gesture. But that one word, innocently spoken, would ignite a storm that tore her world apart and rebuilt it into something unrecognizable. Amaka had always been known for her hands, nimble, graceful, and gifted. From age 14, she was stitching torn wrappers and school uniforms with her mother's old manual sewing machine. After her parents died in a road accident, she became the breadwinner for her younger siblings. Nkem, 11, and Obiora, 9. By the time she was 27, Amaka had built a modest business beneath the big mango tree behind their family's mud brick home. There was no signboard, yet people traveled from neighboring villages to have their clothes sewn by her. She was not wealthy, but she had dignity, and that dignity was everything. On most days, she rose by 5 a.m., attended morning devotion at the church, and worked till dusk. Her sister was now in her 3rd year studying nursing at UNN, and Obiora was an apprentice carpenter. "I just want them to have the life I didn't have," Amaka often said. But life was about to test her spirit in ways she never imagined. It was a rainy Tuesday morning when the black Toyota Land Cruiser rolled up her narrow street, splashing mud onto the dusty leaves. It stopped abruptly beside her shed. From it stepped a woman in designer heels and a head-turning Ankara dress. She looked like she belonged in a fashion magazine. Confident, stylish, powerful. "I'm looking for Amaka," she said. Amaka, still threading her needle, stood up quickly. "Yes, I'm Amaka." The woman smiled. "I'm Mrs. Edoora Okonkwo. I run a fashion business in Lagos, and I've heard about your work from Chief's wife. They say you're a miracle worker with fabric." Amaka was stunned. Someone in Lagos knew her name. Edoora glanced around the shed, almost disapprovingly. "I need a favor. I'm in Enugu for a private fashion project. I need assistance for just 2 days. Nothing stressful. You'll help me with fittings, and you'll be paid 200,000 Nigerian nairas." Amaka nearly choked on her spit. 200,000 Nigerian nairas. That was more than she had made in 5 months. She hesitated. "My siblings. We'll be back in 2 days. I'll even drop you off myself. Trust me." Amaka looked down at her rough hands. This was a chance. He said yes. The estate in Enugu looked like a palace. It had marbled floors, crystal chandeliers, fountains that danced in the sun. Belonged to Chief Amaka Uzo, a billionaire oil magnate and one of the richest men in eastern Nigeria. Edoora explained the job. Chief's 60th birthday was coming up, and every outfit, from the wives to the waiters, had to be custom-made. There were Lagos designers already working, but they needed someone who could handle fittings without mistakes. Amaka was in awe. She worked diligently, fitting dresses on elegant women who called her that village girl. Still, she kept her head down and her stitches perfect. On the 3rd day, Chief himself passed by. Tall, pot-bellied, with gold rings and a deep voice. He looked her over like she was fabric. "This one," he said to Edoora, "has the kind of fingers I like." She laughed nervously. "Yes, Chief. She's our secret weapon." That evening, Amaka noticed that everyone avoided meeting her eyes. It was Edoora again. This time she came with wine in her voice. "Chief wants a private fitting. His designer is stuck in Lagos. Please, Amaka, just help with the measurements." "I told him you're respectful." Amaka hesitated. "I'll double your payment," Edoora offered. Nigerian naira 400,000. That was her sister's entire semester fees. She nodded. All right. The chief's private suite smelled of cigar and imported perfume. He was half-dressed, sipping something brown from a crystal glass. Amaka kept her gaze down, trying to take measurements, but as she leaned over to adjust his sleeve, he grabbed her hand. "Your hands are warm," he said, drawing her closer. She yanked away, trembling. "Please, sir. I'm just doing my job." But he stepped closer. "I like bold girls, but I like obedient ones too." Amaka ran out of the suite, down the hall, into the servants' quarters. She locked the door and cried till morning. The next day, Adaora gave her cold looks. "You should have done what was expected." "I'm not for sale," Amaka snapped. "You'll regret this," Adaora muttered, walking away. By the time Amaka returned to Umuneke, the news had arrived before her. She went to seduce the chief. She was paid millions and slept her way to fame. She thinks she's better than us now. Even the pastor's wife refused to let her join the women's group anymore. Amaka tried to work again, but clients didn't come. Some people openly insulted her. Her brother fought a boy who called her chief's concubine. Then her sister called from school, crying, "Amaka, people here say I'm from a prostitute's house. What's going on?" Amaka sat under the mango tree and wept for hours. How could kindness lead to so much shame? Weeks passed. Then one night her small Nokia phone buzzed. A strange number. A boy's voice whispered, "Auntie, it's me, Chitty, the houseboy at the estate." Amaka sat upright. "I saw everything that night. I recorded it. Was sweeping outside the chief's room and left my phone on when I heard you scream." He gasped. "You what?" "I didn't know what to do. But they've spoiled your name. I want to help." He sent the video. There it was, Chief grabbing her. Her shouting. Her escape. Crystal clear. Amaka stared at it for hours. Then she called Ifeoma Ijeoma, an Enugu-based feminist journalist who exposed the corrupt on Facebook. "I have a video," Amaka said. The next morning it went viral. #Justice for Amaka trended in Nigeria within 24 hours. Radio stations played her story. YouTubers discussed her courage. NGOs offered help. Survivors across the country sent her messages of solidarity. Chief Emeka's PR team denied everything. "It's a setup," he claimed. She wanted money. But the evidence was damning. Protests gathered outside his estate. His bank dropped their sponsorship. A human rights lawyer offered to represent Amaka pro bono. Adaora. She disappeared. Her boutique in Lekki was closed down after women called for boycotts. And then came an email from Ngozi Okeke, a global fashion entrepreneur based in Johannesburg. "I've watched you, Amaka. I want you to intern at my fashion house." Amaka almost fainted. South Africa was another world. Amaka arrived with just one suitcase but carried the pride of a nation. She learned new machines, new fabrics, new styles. Her name was whispered in elite circles. The village girl who exposed a billionaire. Her siblings flourished. Her sister received a scholarship. Obiora opened his own workshop. Amaka started her own line called Yes by Amaka, a tribute to that one favor that changed everything. She spoke at women's conferences, taught girls how to sew and how to speak up. Then, during a Lagos fashion show, she saw her past walk in. Dora. Thin, pale, her eyes bitter.